Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the INS Street Stock Series here from Oxford Plains Speedway. Apologize for a little bit of a late start. Had some technical difficulties on my end getting things set up here. We have qualifying underway right now before we get our two heats underway here from Oxford Plains Speedway, the very unique track up here in Maine. Great track that races up here in the late models. It is a fun, a very unique track as there is no backstretch wall. You'll see as they come down into turns 3 and 4 here. Then you have the wall here where the grandstands are. As you go into turns 1 and 2, there is no retaining wall to the outside, so that makes it a very, very difficult place to race here. So we'll be watching for trouble spots all night long. Currently, Logan Powers is the fastest car. Here's Pete Fisher, your third fastest car. One more driver out there getting his qualifying underway. That is the 90 of Ken Seams coming down across the slope. And Seams is going to move up into the 9th position. He's going to take the jump there off the light pole. Pretty neat thing. I've never seen that in real life. I hear that it has happened. It was a little loud again, so kind of hard to hear me. Not a problem. I can take care of that very easily. We'll move this slider right down. Oh, I know exactly why. Because I still have everything set up from when I was racing the other night. So let me go ahead and change that on my end. There we go. That was my bad. Again, had some technical difficulties, so a couple of my things did not move over the way they were supposed to. Don't know why I went back to my starting screen there, but there we go. That should be much better for the sound there tonight. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or over on Twitch. Do appreciate you joining us here tonight. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, we want to thank everybody who makes this racing possible. Of course, our series sponsor, SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. Together, we can conquer cancer. SD Ireland Cancer Research is a dedicated organization that stands as a proud supporter of cancer research. With a mission to make a significant impact in the fight against cancer, SD Ireland Cancer Research works to support groundbreaking research initiatives, innovative treatments, and advances in cancer care. You can check them out at the link down below. Already raised over $12 million towards cancer research. So an awesome partner, awesome program. Please check them out. And if you're able to donate, believe it or not, any little bit counts. So check them out down below. Also, over here at Intensity Broadcasting, we've got some partners ourselves, including the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. And we are getting ready for driver's meeting is just finishing up right now, and we are getting ready to take a look at our starting grids. Our starting grid for our first heat race here tonight. Take a look quickly at the weather. You see 68 degrees is the air temperatures. And 94 degrees is the track temperature. And we got a little different look here on the starting grid, but that's all right. Still got Logan Powers starting on pole. Pete Fisher going to start from second. Aaron Raymond back in third. Ty Delphia going to start in fourth. Fifth is going to be Ken Zeems with Sean Fleury to his outside in sixth. Seventh will be Frank Hughes Jr. with Shane O'Neill and Caleb Kramer rounding out the field here tonight. There's the look that we want right there. as these cars get ready, make their way around the racetrack for heat number 1. Of course, this will line up the inside row here tonight. If the pace car comes around one more time, the pace car will take the hard left-hand turn right here, coming off of turn number 2. Oh, that's turn number 4, excuse me. Green flags in the air, and we are racing. Logan Powers on that inside, getting that great advantage so far. We see Aaron Raymond working the outside right now. Sorry, Aaron Raymond working the inside. He's got the 71 of Pete Fisher to the outside. Fisher just falling back right now as they make their way down the front stretch and into turn number 1. Right now, pretty much single file for our top 3 as Pete Fisher continues to be stuck there on that high side. Now he's finally going to get clear of Frank Hughes Jr. Going to make his way down to the bottom as we have just 6 laps to go left in the heat. No, the 31 of Sean Fleury got a little loose there. That allows Ty Delphia to take a run out to the outside. They're going to bang doors as they come off of turn number 4. Across the stripe, and Delphia trying to use that high lane to his advantage, although that bottom lane is going to be your preferred lane. Swings way out wide, tries to get a really wide entry into turn number 3, and that's going to work for Delphia. He's going to clear Sean Fleury, and we have just 4 laps to go. Up front, though, Logan Powers has Aaron Raymond right there on the back bumper, banging on that back bumper. See just how close he is, and as I mentioned, giving him the bumper down into the corner. He's trying to move that 31 car. And it's really, really difficult to pass here, and that's one of the ways you can do it is try to move that driver in front of you out of the groove. The Powers staying strong so far with 2 laps to go. Ken Zeeb's kind of fallen off a little bit off the back bumper of Raymond as the field makes their way off of turn number 4 for the second to last time. White flag is in the air. Logan Powers still out in front. Can he hold on for one more lap as they come down into turn number 3 for the final time? And Logan Powers is going to win heat number 1 here tonight. Take a look at the results of heat number 1, and Logan Powers is your winner. Aaron Raymond in second, Ken Zeems in third. Pete Fisher back in 4th. Frank Hughes brings it home 5th. Ty Delphia 6th. Sean Fleury 7th. Shane O'Neill and Caleb Kramer round out the field in our first heat. Now here's the grid for race heat number 2. Jake Grouch going to start on the pole here with Justin Prescott to his outside. Stephen Rockford and Matt Zaccaro back in row number 2. Jason Pelkey and Mark Baldwin back in row 3 with Ethan Tyrell and Scott Rockford back in row 4. And Andy Collins rounding out heat number 2. As the field makes their way around the racetrack here for first of 2 pace laps. Unique track here as well. Very, very short bull ring as the pace car pulls off. One thing you got to be careful of as these drivers make their way to the green flag is that curbing down there. Really easy to get down on that curb and get the car upset as, the 04 Prescott gets way out of shape there, out of the groove. Still sliding up there on the high side, almost loses it in front of Pelkey. Pelkey going to get around as Prescott's going to slide all the way back, currently into the 4th position and under attack right now from Matt Zaccaro. Side by side, the 60 and the 04. That inside lane right now holding strong as Zaccaro able to clear the 04 of Prescott. And the battle for the lead starts to heat up here as Stephen Rockford's now giving a push to Jake Grout as they come across the stripe for 5 laps to go. Great battles all around the racetrack as we see another one back here as Prescott still stuck up on that high side. And Ethan Tyrell able to get by the 04. 04 in trouble, way out of the groove. Now he's being attacked here by the 91 of Mark Baldwin. Prescott just not able to get in line. That car is not handling that high lane well at all, especially up in those marbles. As we have 3 laps to go and Jake Grout out in front. And we talked about it before, iRacing's done a great job with their new particle and debris modeling here. You'll see those marbles build up more and more as the race goes on, and those will affect the grip of the cars. If they get out there in those marbles, it's going to take a couple laps for the marbles to get cleaned off, just like you would see in real life. It's a little bit of a wiggle there out of Jake Grout as he comes down to the final lap. 1 more lap to go. Grout holding that bottom lane, defending from the 66 as they come down to the stripe. Way out of shape coming across the line, but Jake Grout is going to win heat number 2. Take a look at the results of heat number 2 right here. Jake Grout got the win, with Stephen Rockford in second, Jason Pelkey starting third. Finishing third. Matt Zaccaro back in fourth. Ethan Tyrell in fifth. Mark Baldwin, Scott Rockford, Justin Prescott, and Andy Collins. So that's going to bring us to the starting grid of our main event. And that's going to see Logan Powers on pole with Jake Grout starting from position number 2. Row 2 will find Aaron Raymond and Scott Rockford with Ken Zeems and Jason Pelkey back in row number 3. Peter Fisher and Mark Zaccaro back in row number 4 with Frank Hughes Jr. and Ethan Tyrell back in row 5. Row 6 will see Ty Delphia and Mark Baldwin. It's followed by Shane Fleury and Scott Rockford. Shane O'Neill, Justin Prescott, and Caleb Kramer rake out the rest of the field as we see the 13 of Ty Delphia again, an EOL penalty here due to the win last week. So here we are getting ready for green flag racing. We're going to go 1 more lap around before we get ready to go back or start the green flag race. 33 is not in the race here tonight. Not seeing him in the race. As the pace car makes his way into turn number 3, going to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Logan Powers going to lead him down to the start of the race. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here from Oxford Plains Speedway. 100 laps is the distance. The short bull ring, we see Logan Powers out on the inside with the 49 to Jake Grout working to the outside. As they come off of turn number 4 for the first time, Powers just barely inching ahead of Jake Grout as they make their way down into turn number 1. Already most of the field starting to get single file as they make their way into turn number 3. And Raymond trying to get down underneath Grout. Trying to force him up on that high side to keep him out there and not allowing him to get in line. We saw that with Justin Prescott in the heat race. Now Grout's able to tuck in between Raymond and the 66 of Rockford. A little further back, we've got some great side-by-side racing. Actually, we got side-by-side racing for the lead. Aaron Raymond booted the 31 of Logan Powers out of the way to get him up into the lead. And now Powers stuck on that high side trying to do what he can. You see in the chat here, go get him, Sean and Logan. We see Logan again stuck up on that high side right now as the 66 of Stephen Rockford looking down underneath. Oh, we got some contact a little further back. And some 3-wide racing for a moment. 3 wide is not going to work at this little bull ring. Pelkey got a little help, I believe, got turned sideways. See the smoke pouring off the right rear of that 64. And oh, now the 60 gets turned right up in front of the field. We got a wreck here on the front stretch. And that's going to bring out our first caution of the night. We saw the 60 car down on the bottom. Maybe a little bit of contact here as they came off the corner. Yeah, there was some contact. The 60 got onto the curbing at the same time. 23 kind of pushed him down there. 60 corrected, then overcorrected. There's the 61 of Hughes getting involved. Peter Fisher coming through there as well. Hughes gets spun back across track. Fortunately, just the two cars involved, it looks like. Peter Fisher got a little piece as well, but doesn't look like too much damage for these drivers. I think the 60 fared the best out of those. Of course, these drivers do not run resets, so any damage that is accrued during this race, they'll have to come in and get it fixed or retire. As you see, the lights on the pace car are off, but race control just said they are going to put the lights back on the pace car and let everybody kind of get caught up here. We've got a couple drivers on pit road, as well as a couple drivers still trying to catch up in the back. You see here from the iRacing blimp, the very tiny little bull ring, but a lot can happen real quick here. And we're seeing just that. As the field is getting double file, the lights on the pace car are off. Pace car going to dive down pit road this time by. And Raymond up on the high side, going to take the green flag. We are back racing here from Oxford Plains Speedway. Interesting choice, restarting up on the high side. He's going to lose the lead, I think, to Jake Grout down on the low side as they go down into turn number 3. He is going to tuck in right there behind Grout. Meanwhile, just behind, we see Logan Powers working to the outside of Pelkey. And that high side can have an advantage as we see the 88 of Aaron Raymond back underneath and around Jake Grout. Can Grout cross him back over here down into turn number 1? Looks like he's going to try to get down underneath, and he will get underneath as they come off of turn number 2 and into turn number 3. Grout is back down to the inside. They're going to be door to door, side by side across the line for complete lap number 10. Raymond now back in second. He's going to try to dive down to the inside of Grout. He will get position down underneath. These two battling back and forth. That puts Aaron Raymond back in the lead. Grout thought about trying to make a move back down there, and I was saying that high lane can have a little bit of an advantage at times if you're able to swing way out wide and dive it down. You can kind of get a great angle into the corner, heading onto a little bit of speed. You look through the field right now, and no real battles throughout the field, except for what we saw there at the lead as Aaron Raymond continues to lead over Jake Grout. Stephen Rockford is almost a second behind these two. Saw one pull out of line. Sean Flory pulled out of line for a second there, trying to take a look down underneath Ethan Tyrell, who was not able to make that move happen. As Logan Powers has a mirror full of Ken Zeems. Zeems going to look down to the inside of the 31 as they enter turn number 3. Zeems and Powers side by side into turn number 1. Zeems going to have the advantage and going to take over that 5th position. Meanwhile, a little further back, Scott Rockford trying to get a run here on the 25 of Shane O'Neill. Not quite close enough to make that move happen. Back up front, our top two continue to pull away from the rest of the field. Jake Grout not going anywhere as he is applying the pressure to Aaron Raymond as they come down off of turn number 2. You see what I mean? Grout not getting away. Oh, going to give the bumper here to Raymond as they go down into the corner. Trying to get a look here from Jake Grout off the front bumper of his car. So some great racing here up at the front. Meanwhile, a little further back, Ethan Tyrell still trying to find his way around. Logan Powers got a little loose there. So did the 31 of Sean Fleury right behind. As we ride along here with Ethan Tyrell. Here you can really see the uniqueness of the track. Only having the wall here on the front stretch. Other than that, no retaining wall. It's really easy if you were to get bumped here. Go sliding down through the grass. Seen it before and won't be the last time either. Shane O'Neill and Ty Delphia doing battle. Again, Delphia had to start in the rear of the field. He's slowly working his way up through the field. Now in the 11th position, which is basically where he started this race. On time and in the heats. Logan Powers now under attack from Ethan Tyrell. He's right there on the back bumper of Ken Zeems. These three cars under a blanket. Jason Pelkey out in front as well. Looks like Peter Fisher is still in pit road getting some damage fixed, and Frank Hughes Jr. has retired from the race. A little battle heating up here between Andy Collins and Shane O'Neill. Collins, though, not able to make anything of a go here with that 25 machine. As Pelkey now has some company in the form of Ken Zeems. Zeems all over the back bumper of the 64 as they go down into turn number 3. Pelkey doing everything he can to hold on. Meanwhile, up front, Aaron Raymond now pulling away from second place Jake Grout. Almost a half-second lead now back to the 49. Then it's almost 2 seconds back to the 66 of Stephen Rockford back in third. We had that quick caution to start the race, and we've been green flag ever since. That caution came out on lap number 7, and we've been green flag ever since. Ken Zeems now falling off the back bumper of Jason Pelkey a little bit as Pelkey's figured something out. Able to get that momentum going in the right direction for him. Now Logan Powers all over the back of that 90. So far just not able to get something going as the 23 of Ethan Tyrell gets a little loose there. Able to hold on to it, though. Sean Fleury not able to take advantage. as the battle is continuing on here in the middle of the pack. Well, I was saying that Jake Grout was falling off Aaron Raymond, and he was almost a half second back, or he was over a half second back, and now he's climbed right back to the rear bumper of the 88. See him sliding that car around a little bit. Aaron Raymond using a little bit of a wider arc into turn number 3. That's what's able to keep him out in front, although they are catching some lap traffic in the form of the 04 of Justin Prescott. Prescott has not been able to figure this track out, as he started up at the front of the first heat, fell all the way to the rear, and now he finds himself back in the 16th position where he started, and about to go a lap down. Collins down underneath Shane O'Neill. This is a battle for the 12th position. O'Neill is going to slide way up the racetrack, and that's going to allow Caleb Kramer to take a look down to the inside of the 25 as well, and Matt Zacharow is going to try to follow through as well. Zacharow's lost 7 spots since the beginning of the race, falling all the way back to the 15th spot. And as he battles side by side with Shane O'Neill, we've got a wreck here on the front stretch. The 90 of Ken Ziem's involved. Sean Fleury caught up in this one as well. That's going to bring up our second wreckage rewind of the night as we take a look to see what happened to bring this one out. Well, we can see that Logan Powers was able to get around Ziems, and ooh, it just looks like the 23 of Tyrell got into the back of the 90, and then Sean Fleury and Mark Baldwin trying to check up, get involved as well. The 77 of Scott Rockford comes through, makes some heavy contact. Here's the pass that Logan Powers was able to make on the 90, just sends him wide. The 90 able to, yeah, that's just what happened. The 90 was trying to get back in line, and the 23 of Ethan Tyrell was right there. So Sean Fleury doesn't look like too much damage to that 31 machine. He's going to be able to get back into the action. What this does do, though, is Aaron Raymond and Jake Grout are going to have some cooler tires here to make another run at it. And the drivers are discussing the amount of marbles on the outside of the racetrack. And you can see that as the drivers make their way into the corner, Jake Grout going to be up on that high side, and that is not really where you want to be with that much marbles there. You look at the mess that's outside of this racetrack. The space car takes off down on the pit road, and Jake Grout way up in those marbles. He's going to have a hard time getting the power down. You see exactly that, as Grout's going to lose a position here to the 66 of Stephen Rockford, and maybe more. Logan powers his way up into the 4th position. As Stephen Rockford and Jake Grout continue to do battle here down into turn number 2. Rockford able to clear the 66, clear the 49. But Grout's going to try to take a move back down to the inside as these drivers try to avoid those marbles. And Rockford going to pull down in front of Logan Powers. Meanwhile, a little further back, we've got some more side-by-side racing. Ty Delphia up into the 7th position, working down underneath Jason Pelkey. And Delphia trying to get himself back up onto the podium here tonight. Right behind, we see Scott Rockford, a lot of damage to the right front of that 77. Fortunately, aerodynamics are not very important here, as we see more drivers bouncing off each other here in the back. Tyrell and the 51. Sorry, that's Ethan Tyrell and the 51 of Caleb Kramer were battling side by side. They continue to battle side by side. Oh, some contact Kramer going to go up and over the wall. Big airtime for the 51. Prescott able to avoid it. No caution. We stay green. Wow, what a moment there for the 51. Take a look to see what he saw here. Gets the little contact here. And out of control, hits that, bounces across the track, and man, able to keep going. That's impressive. As Aaron Raymond continues to lead over Jake Rat as we're quickly approaching the halfway point of the race. And how about Ty Delphia up into 7th place and working towards Mark Baldwin as they make their way across the stripe to start lap number 49. Logan Powers trying to run down the 66 of Rockford here. We come across the stripe to start lap number 50. When we cross the line next time, it will be halfway. When we go halfway, we'll take you through the field to see where everybody is running. Looks like Zeems has retired from the race. And there's the halfway mark. Aaron Raymond continues to lead. Over 2nd place, Jake Grout, who's right there on the back bumper trying to find something, but just not close enough to make any moves happen. Stephen Rockford moved up into the 3rd spot. He's up 1 spot from where he started. Then Logan Powers, who started on the pole, runs back in the 4th position. Jason Pelkey, he's up 1 spot from where he started into 5th. And Mark Baldwin up 6 spots into the 6th position. Ty Delphia, who started at the rear of the field back in 18th, now finds himself up into the 7th spot. With Scott Rockford, another driver with some big moves here, up 6 spots into the 8th position. Ethan Tyrell, he's running back in 9th, but he's under attack right now from the 60 of Matt Zaccaro, who's also under attack now from the 31 of Sean Fleury, trying to make a move down underneath. Fleury in the 11th position, trying to crack the top 10 to the inside of Zaccaro as they go down into turn number 1. He's going to clear the 60 machine, put him into 10th, move Zaccaro back into 11th. 12th, we find the 68 of Andy Collins, who's had been right in the middle of it here tonight. Then Justin Prescott's moved up into the 13th position with Shane O'Neill right there in tow. And then Caleb Kramer, who had a wild ride a few laps ago, got airborne, ran across the track. He finds himself back in the 15th position. 3 drivers retired. That's Ken Zeems, Peter Fisher, and Frank Hughes Jr. Well, Grout's still not able to make anything happen here with the 88 of Raymond. And we saw this last week where Raymond led most of the race, just burnt off his tires. Trying to save those tires a little bit better here tonight. Now Grout's going to try to make a move down to the inside as Stephen Rockford has some issues here. He's down through the grass. So we're going to see what happened to the 77 here. Oh, another one catches the mounds there, able to hold on to it though. Somehow doesn't get much more damage than he already has. As Jake Grout continues to work to the tries to work on the back bumper of Aaron Raymond. Logan Powers now trying to make a move on the 66 of Stephen Rockford. Right there on the back bumper. Wants to make it clean, but the bumper is available here at the short bull ring style track. So you see Logan Powers way wide through into turn number 3, trying to keep some momentum going, trying to get the run to the inside of Stephen Rockford. battle back here. Justin Prescott finally making some moves. He's getting around the 68 of Andy Collins up into the 12th position now. And Prescott just not having any luck here at this track here tonight. But trying to make something out of nothing here as we are just past the halfway mark. See the 13 of Ty Delphia working down to the inside of Mark Baldwin. Continuing his march up through the field. What Grout? Which Grout? That's Jake Grout up at the front. As now Grout's fallen back a little bit off the 88 of Aaron Raymond. And this battle is heating up here. 3-car battle between Jason Pelkey, Mark Baldwin, and Ty Delphia. Delphia showing a lot of patience right now. We see that he's quite a bit faster. He's trying to work his way up through the field. And Baldwin getting way up into those marbles is not going to help very much. As you see Ty Delphia trying to make something happen here out of these two. Oh, some contact there between Pelkey and Baldwin. That's going to send Baldwin all the way back into the 7th position, as Ty Delphia is going to follow right through. Looks like one driver on pit road. Somebody was showing a lot of smoke there a moment ago, but and Ethan Tyrell having some issues here. Yeah, he looped it around. Let's see what happened to Tyrell. We'll back it up a little bit, and looks like he might have had a little bit of help here. Yeah, he definitely did have a little bit of help, as the caution is now out. And it looks like it's for Ethan Tyrell again, getting, ooh, up into the dirt. Up in those marbles into the dirt, and that brings out our 3rd caution of the night. As the pace car makes its way off of pit road. And Ethan Bird says, let's go Jason Pelkey, who's currently running back in about, ooh, I think it's about the 6th position. Yep, 5th position right now. With the holidays coming up, we won't have much action here this week on Intensity Broadcasting. We'll be back next Sunday, though, for the INSS SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund Street Stock Series. Little hiccup there in the stream as the lights on the pace car are off. Pace car dives down on the pit road. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing here from Oxford Plains Speedway as the field makes their way off of turn number 2 and down into turn number 3. And Jake Grout still trying to work that high lane right now, but he's got the 66 of Rockford. Making some contact, a little bit of rear, right rear contact there. Should say right front to left rear contact. So now Grout's going to tuck back in the 3rd position. He's going to try to lay the bumper to the 66 of Stephen Rockford down into the corner, as Rockford's now up into the 2nd position. And the caution is back out, and this time it looks like it's for the 31 of Shane Fleury. So that's going to bring out our 4th wreckage rewind of the night. So we take a look to see what happened to the 31 here. Battling down to the inside of Pelkey. And, oh, looks like he had some help either from Justin Prescott or the curb there. It's really hard to say. Fortunately, all the other drivers able to avoid the spinning 31. The field going to double up here. We're going to get ready to go back green flag racing. And the green flag is in the air, and we are racing again here from Oxford Plains Speedway with just coming to 25 laps to go. Aaron Raymond with another great jump there. And ooh, 66 of Rockford got a little out of shape there as he's got Logan Powers up to his outside. And here comes Ty Delphia in that 13 trying to crack the top 5. He has actually cracked the top 5. He is working, trying to get himself onto the podium as he works down to the inside of Logan Powers. Next week we'll see more bull ring racing as these drivers will take on North Wilkesboro Speedway. That'll be the next race here on Intensity Broadcasting with the holidays coming through. And battle for a second now is Jake Grout up on the high side. Here comes Stephen Rockford to the inside. Rockford trying to push on through. And he will indeed clear the 49 of Grout. And here comes Ty Delphia cracking the podium. He's now moved up into the 3rd position as we have 21 laps to go. A little further back, Jason Pelkey trying to get in line here. He is shuffled up on the outside and getting freight trained as here comes Flurry by. Now Pelkey's going to be able to get cleared down to the inside, right in front of the 77 of Scott Rockford back in the 11th position. Stephen Rockford trying to run down the 88 of Aaron Raymond with 20 laps to go. Ty Delphia right here as well in the mix. We've seen it a couple times already. That 13 doing a great job of saving tires and being there at the end. See in the chat, now Matt says, let's go Logan, who's now taking a dive down to the inside of Ty Delphia. Put Logan Powers on the podium. So a big dive bomb there from the 31, gets himself in front of the 13 of Delphia. Delphia thought about making a crossover move to get back. He was not able to do it. Meanwhile, we've got a battle heating up for the lead as Stephen Rockford has caught the 88 of Aaron Raymond, and he's continuing to put the pressure on the 88 as they go down into turn number 1. We're right along here with the 66 of Rockford. Able to keep that car pinned right down on that curbing where we see the 88 pushing up just a little bit. He's doing that to try to defend from the 31 of Logan Powers, who's also right there trying to move himself forward. Oh, battle in the back here as Pelkey continues to fall backwards. He's getting passed by the 51 of Kramer. Meanwhile, we've got a yellow flag flies. We got a yellow out for Jake Grout, who's gone around here. And that's going to bring up our 5th caution of the night. So we take a look here to see what happened to the 49 of Grout. Oh, some contact. Mark Baldwin catches into the 49 there, and Baldwin is going to claim that EOL. So what that means is the way these guys do it, they don't have race control here, as we see the 88 up in the marbles. I don't know if he's trying to cool his tires off or what he's trying to do, but he is collecting all sorts of marbles up there. Because they don't have race control, they have a claim it system. So if you cause an incident, you claim it. You have to take an EOL to the end of the field. And that's what Mark Baldwin is going to do. So he's going to have to start here in the rear. We're going to go back green flag racing with just 14 laps to go. Then next week we'll move on to North Wilkesboro Speedway. I take that back. Next week we will be off. So they will be taking on North Wilkesboro Speedway on the 5th of January. So we'll see you again next year as we get ready to go back green flag racing. Pace car pulls down on the pit road. Aaron Raymond hits that loud pedal. We are back racing. Ooh, some contact between Raymond and Rockford down into turn number 1. That allows Logan Powers to get down to the inside to try and take over that second position. Rockford having some issues as one car looks like he went around. We got another one around the 66. Goes around, the caution is out. Oh no! The 13 caught up in this one as well. Tydelphia parked against the outside wall. And the caution flies yet again. And we're going to take a look here from the iRacing blimp. I think this will probably give us our best view of what just happened here. Well, the 66 kind of comes down the track. He's trying to yeah, 66 comes down. Comes up into Tydelphia. The 60 of Zaccaro gets involved in that one slightly. Go back and look at this one again here. So it starts with the 04 of Justin Prescott. Gets into the 66. And sends him around in front of Tydelphia. The 66 comes down into Prescott. Sends him back up across the track. Right into the left rear of Tydelphia. And just a rough turn of events. I don't think the 66 knew that the 04 of Prescott was right there. We talked about Prescott early in the race. Could not figure this track out early. And now he finds himself up at the front, battling for a podium. Aaron Raymond is going to start on the inside. Logan Powers to the outside. Pace car taking the hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Green flag flies again. We are back racing here at Oxford Plains Speedway. Powers tucks directly in line behind the 88. Now he's going to look up to the high side of Raymond as they make their way off of turn number 4. And he's going to try to make the pass here on the outside. Meanwhile, Matt Zaccaro right there in the mix, up into third. He's trying to find his way around Logan Powers as Powers tries to use that power on the outside to get around the 88 of Aaron Raymond, who's led pretty much every lap since the drop of the green flag. Further back, they got a gaggle of cars here, all racing position. Jason Pelkey side by side with Kramer, and the 77 of Scott Rockford Almost got into Stephen Rockford there. He's able to hang on to it. That could have been a big mess as Jake Rout now back up into the 6th position and continuing to move forward as he's got Prescott right in front of him. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead is shaping up with just 8 laps to go. Powers tried to make the move down to the inside as they come off of turn number 2. Is he going to be able to stick it in there? No, he is not. He's going to have to fall back in line as we come to 7 laps to go. And the caution flies yet again. And this time it looks like it is for the 51 of Caleb Kramer. Looks like the 51 may have had a little bit of help here. We'll take a look here as they go down into turn number 3. We see the 77 of Rockford. Yeah, gets into the 51 there, sends him right around, and then the 77 almost makes more contact there, but able to hold on to it. Zach Cardo. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have not been able to figure that one out. Zach Cardo. Anytime I'm pronouncing something wrong, please feel free to correct me. I'll be more than happy to pronounce it correctly. So, Zach Cardo. Which is exactly how it looks. Imagine that. So, Aaron Raymond going to restart here. Looks like he's going to choose the inside. Logan Powers to the outside. Then Zaccardo back in 3rd with Shane O'Neill to the outside in 4th. And then Justin Prescott in 5th with Jake Rout back up into the 6th position. Lights are off on the pace car. We're re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire here at Oxford Plains Speedway. As the pace car gets ready to take that hard left-hand turn back down on the pit road. And the green flag flies once again here with 7 laps to go at Oxford Plains Speedway. Zaccardo working to the inside of Shane O'Neill, and he will take over that 3rd position as Justin Prescott right there as well works to the inside of O'Neill. Up front, Logan Powers trying to do everything he can to get around that 88. Meanwhile, Shane O'Neill trying to get around the inside, stuck on the outside of Sean Fleury. Is Fleury able to almost clear the 25? I thought he was going to be able to, but the 25 fires back on the high side. Back here we also see Jake Grout trying to work his way back up towards the front. Ty Delphia in this mix as well. 4 laps to go. Logan Powers. Does he have anything for Aaron Raymond as they come off of turn number 4? Shane O'Neill goes around here. Able to keep it rolling, but there's the caution. As we take a look to see if O'Neill had a little bit of help here, or working to the outside of Pelkey, and just gets up in the marbles. Catches Ty Delphia and Stephen Rockford. Fortunately, everybody able to keep it going in the right direction. But just how much those marbles can get these cars out of control. So that's going to give us another restart here with what's going to be 3 laps to go. Here we go. Lights are off on the pace car. Re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire. Watch the pace car take that hard left-hand turn back on the pit road. Going to lead him down, and the green flag flies again. Logan Powers still not able to keep pace with that 88 machine, as we have just 3 laps to go. Matt Zaccaro able to get around the 04 of Justin Prescott. We got 2 laps to go. Does Logan Powers have anything for the 88? Here comes Zaccaro right there in the background, trying to make his way up towards Logan Powers as they come off of turn number 4. White flag will be in the air. 1 lap to go. Powers trying to find 1 more lap to make something happen here on the 88 of Raymond. He's going to get down into the inside. He's going to try to muscle him out of the way as they come down into turn number 3. Raymond still trying to hold on to it. They're going to go side by side. They're going to bang, and Logan Powers is going to win here at Oxford Plains Speedway. Aaron Raymond comes home in second, and Matt Zaccaro back in third. My goodness, what a finish. Let's go back and watch this ending yet again. And you see Powers here down into turn number 2. He's going to get in just a little bit out of shape. Allows him to gather it up, and as he drives down into turn 3, it looks like Raymond just overdrove the corner. And man, they were slip sliding all over the place. Everybody, top 5, all trying to gather it up. Man, what an incredible finish here from Oxford Plains. Let's take a look at the finishing order. Again, Logan Powers gets the win. Aaron Raymond back in second. Matt Zaccaro back in third. Justin Prescott and Sean Fleury round out your top 5. Ty Delphia brings it home back in 6th. Great recovery for him. 7th was Stephen Rockford with Jason Pelkey back in 8th. Mark Baldwin and Jake Rout round out your top 10. 11th was Shane O'Neill with Caleb Kramer back in 12th. 13th was Scott Rockford with Andy Collins back in 14th. Ethan Tyrell rounds in 15th. Ken Zeems, Frank Hughes Jr., and Peter Fisher round out the field here tonight from Oxford Plains Speedways. As we get ready to have an interview here with our top 3. But before we do that, let's just get everybody in here. Of course, I want to again thank our great partner, SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund, for coming on board as the series sponsor. Already $12 million raised to date. Check them out down in the link below if you can donate. I know the holidays, it's hard, but if you're able to, anything you can give really, really helps those impacted by cancer. So great program there. We are so happy to have them on board as we get ready to talk to our top 3. Looks like so far we only have 2 of them in here. So we can start with our second place finisher here. Let's talk with Aaron Raymond. Aaron, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Man, led every lap but the last one here tonight, unfortunately. But, man, a great race. Looks like Logan got Indy a little bit, kind of bumped you out of the way. But you tried to gather it up and just kind of overdrove the corner. Talk us through, I heard you say with each and every restart, the car got more and more out of control. Talk us through the restarts in that last lap.
I was just trying to keep it as low as I could and keep the rear tires attached to the track, but it was definitely a challenge there. And when I got loose there off of 2, I kind of figured that I was gonna wash away out in turn 3, and I'm just glad I could hold on to second.
Man, these tires looked like they were shredding to pieces here tonight. We saw the marbles really, really almost looked like a dirt track with the cushion building up out there. And I saw you running up there before the restarts. Looked like you were trying to get some marbles out of your tires. Is that just to try to help the car turn there on those restarts?
I don't know if iRacing models that or not, but I was thinking, if I drive up there, it'll cool them off a little bit. So I don't know if that helped or not, but could have used a little bit more.
Well, with the new debris model, the marbles are definitely model here on iRacing. So Man, but still a great run. Even though you didn't lead the last one, you led the first 99. But amazing run. And 2 weeks, because we got the break next week due to the new year. We're going on to North Wilkesboro Speedway. How do you like that? Your chances there?
I love North Wilkesboro. That's a great track. Usually puts on great racing, and go try and get a win.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on your second place finish here tonight. Before I let you go, anyone want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank you for putting on this great broadcast that you do each week. I want to thank Logan for putting on this league and racing me clean there at the end of the race, and I got to thank everyone else.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the second place finish. Good luck in 2 weeks at North Wilkesboro, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
And I'm going to apologize to this next person immediately because I've been pronouncing his name wrong until someone just corrected me in the chat today. We got your third place finisher, Matt Zaccardo. Matt, awesome run for you here tonight. Congratulations on the third place finish. Talk us through your race, though. Seemed like you were kind of in the middle of the pack most of the race and then able to drive up there at the end.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had a decent starting spot there, and then I think I was the second caution. I honestly, I don't even know what happened. I got bumped, tagged, something, doored, and then I ended up backwards facing the wrong way, and I had to come back from the back. But it made for a fun race, that's for sure. I love this track. It's one of my better tracks on the sim here. So
It's a very interesting track to watch in real life too, especially with the curbing, how flat it is, and not having that retaining wall except for on the front stretch. Does that play tricks with you, especially when you're running side by side with people and not being able to kind of judge where the outside of the track is?
not really. I've ran a lot of I run the SKs a lot here every season when they come here. I'll run as many races as I can. So I got a lot of laps around here. So I'm just kind of used to it, I think. I mean, if not, yeah, it definitely would, I think.
Well, again, awesome run here tonight, getting the third place finish up on the podium, your first podium of the season. In 2 weeks, like I asked Aaron a moment ago, 2 weeks we move on to North Wilkesboro Speedway. How do you like your chances there?
Oh, it should be fun. It's a great track. Another track I enjoy. So looking forward to hopefully another good run. Hopefully I can, keep it going the right direction the whole race and not have to go to the back. I think it's a second race in a row. Something's happened to me. And well, last week I didn't get a caution, but I went to the back and we'll see. Hopefully a little bit better luck.
That's the two things you got to do: keep the shiny side up and keep it going in the right direction. But man, again, Matt, great podium here tonight. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank? Any shouts you got to give?
I got to thank Logan and iRacing Northern Super Series for putting this on. Puts on a great show. SD Ireland Cancer Research for sponsoring the league. You guys for putting on a great broadcast, and then my teammates at ZFG Esports and Flush Speed Shop. And that's about it.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations here tonight. Good luck in 2 weeks at North Wilkesboro, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Have a good one.
Have a great night. That's going to bring us to the man of the hour. Your winner here tonight, Logan Powers. Logan, man, what a last lap. Talk us through that final lap. I know you weren't trying to spin him. I'm sure you're trying to rattle that cage a little bit, though.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't mean to get into him. I let him gather it back up because, I mean, if I'm going to run this league and I want to set a good example, so I got into him. He was kind of slipping a lot. I could see it. I felt like I was much faster. I got it worked up on the outside a couple times, and it would just something if I missed the corner just a little bit or whatever the case was. And so I knew on one of these restarts I was gonna have to use the bottom. Again, I think I was definitely faster, but I got to race Aaron with a lot of respect because he races everybody very cleanly. And yeah, I just got into him, and then I think if he backed his corner up just a little bit going into 3, I think he would have had it because I wouldn't have slid him off the bottom coming to the last corner. But he just overdrove it a little bit, and as soon as I saw him slide, I knew I had to bounce on the inside there in the final corner.
Yeah, off that last corner, 4 out of the 5 cars were completely sideways coming off turn number 4. That was wild to watch. But man, you were really trying to work that high side. I think you were the only driver who was trying to make the high side work. Is that something you were working on in practice, or is it something that you just felt was there at some point?
Well, I did a really long run in practice. I did like a 50 lap run in the open practice before the race, and I knew that the setup was, you just couldn't overdrive it. You could kind of run the top, you just couldn't overheat the tires, so you couldn't drive in and slide up the track. It would just kill them. So I practiced that a lot and got a good rhythm. I kind of fell back and kind of let those guys race it out, hoping that it would work out. And then the deal with Steven and Ty, those guys were all fast, but they got taken out. So it just opened the door a little bit more. And I've been fortunate to race here in real life. And I will say these type of cars, and I will say this feels a lot like the real thing does. Anytime we take our cars to Oxford, it's a very fine line. If you miss the top line, you're out to lunch, and it's obviously a very bottom dominant track for us. And so I will say, at least they got that going for them. It's very, very realistic.
Yeah, I've seen lots of races here at Oxford Plains. One of my buddies races up here in the late models. So yeah, for sure. This is always one of those races that puts on a great show, very bottom dominant, but man, it makes for the excitement for sure. Well, 2 weeks from now, we move on to North Wilkesboro. Logan, how do you like your chances there?
I'm not a huge fan of North Wilkesboro for whatever reason. It's a fun track. I just don't have a ton of success there, but I'm really happy with how the league's going. I'm really happy with the green flag runs tonight. We had some rough ups, but nothing major. Most guys were able to continue, so happy about that, and happy holidays to everybody, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
For sure, man. Well, good luck in 2 weeks at North Wilkesboro. Of course, before we let you go, the floor is yours. Anyone want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I just gotta thank Intensity Broadcasting. Gotta thank SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund for sponsoring our series. Everybody that comes out, shares the streams, participates, races with us. We got a really good group of guys here, so happy with how things are going. And yeah, we'll move on to North Wilkesboro.
Real quick before I let you go, a couple shout outs here in the chat too. Brian Holbeck says, nice job, 31. It's like the last lap at Thunder Road. Sandy says, congratulations, Logan. Matt says, way to get it done. Kathy Power says, great race, Logan and Sean. Sandy says, great John Sean finishing 5th. And then, of course, Zach Zaccardo just said, nice win and awesome race. Congratulations, Logan. So I just want to give you the shout outs there before we let you go. And of course, good luck in 2 weeks. Hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Have a great night. So that's going to do it for us here from Oxford Plains Speedway here in the INSS SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund Street Stock Series. Of course, from everybody here at Intensity Broadcasting, we want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a happy and safe New Year. We want to see everybody joining us back here in 2 weeks when we're able to go to North Wilkesboro Speedway. So we'll be hopefully able to see all of you again. Again, congratulations to Logan Powers with the great race. Some awesome racing here tonight. And from everybody here at Intensity Broadcasting, thank you again for joining us. And from our man, Atlee Atman Weiss would say,